Hey everyone, and a big welcome to Vanindan Academy. We're thrilled to have you join us today. If you're passionate about DIY projects and eager to explore the world of renewable energy, you're in the perfect spot. Here at Vanindan Academy, we're all about making those hands-on projects accessible and easy to understand. Today, we're diving into the exciting world of solar power. Now, we know that setting up a solar panel kit might seem a tad intimidating at first, but trust us, there's no need for apprehension. We're going to break down the entire process into simple, manageable steps. Get ready to harness the power of the sun and enjoy clean, renewable energy. Tackling a new project can feel like an adventure into the unknown. That's why we've designed this video to be your ultimate guide, leading you through each stage of the setup process with clear and concise instructions. Whether you're a complete beginner to solar power or just looking for a helpful refresher, we've got you covered. Our goal is to empower you to confidently set up your solar panel kit and start reaping the benefits of renewable energy. Let's take a quick look at the key steps we'll be covering in this comprehensive guide. First, we'll start by connecting the heart of the system, the charge controller, to your battery. Next, we'll move on to connecting the solar panel itself to the charge controller. Finally, we'll connect the inverter to your battery. Once the inverter is hooked up, you'll be able to power your devices using the clean energy generated by your solar panel. All right, let's dive right into the first and most crucial step of setting up your 100-watt solar panel kit: connecting the charge controller to the battery. The charge controller acts like the brain of your solar power system, ensuring that the energy from your solar panel is sent to your battery in a safe and controlled manner. Before we start making connections, let's gather our trusty tools and familiarize ourselves with the components involved. You'll need a screwdriver, battery cables, often called tray cables, and of course, the charge controller and battery themselves. Battery cables typically have ring terminals on one end, which are designed to be easily connected to the battery terminals, and stripped wire on the other end, which will be connected to the charge controller. Take a moment to locate these terminals on your charge controller. They're the starting point for our connection adventure. With our tools and components ready, let's begin by connecting the positive terminal of the battery to the charge controller. First, select the positive battery cable. If your cables are color-coded, the positive cable will typically be red. Now, locate the positive terminal on your charge controller. Remember, it might be marked with a plus symbol, a battery icon, or a label like BAT or battery. Use your screwdriver to loosen the terminal slightly, just enough to insert the stripped wire end of the positive battery cable. Insert the wire fully into the terminal and then tighten the screw securely. Give the cable a gentle tug to ensure it's nice and snug. Now that the positive side is all set, let's complete the circuit by connecting the negative terminals. Grab your negative battery cable. It might be black if your cables are color-coded, and locate the negative terminal on your charge controller. Just like before, loosen the terminal screw slightly, insert the stripped wire end of the negative cable, and tighten the screw securely. Next, move to the negative terminal of your battery, which is usually marked with a black cap or a minus symbol. Remove the cap if there is one, and loosen the terminal bolt with your screwdriver. Once you've cleared any potential sparks, go ahead and thread the ring terminal onto the negative battery terminal bolt and tighten it securely. Congratulations! You've successfully connected the charge controller to your battery. Alright, with our charge controller happily connected to the battery, we're ready to bring the star of the show into the picture, the solar panel. Before we jump in, let's grab the tools and cables we'll need for this step. You'll need your trusty screwdriver again, and this time, we'll be using special solar adapter cables with MC4 connectors. Now, let's take a moment to identify the positive and negative cables coming from your solar panel. If you're unsure, check the documentation that came with your solar panel. Let's start by connecting the positive cable from the solar panel to the charge controller. Locate the positive cable coming from your solar panel, remembering that it's usually marked with a plus symbol or a red wire. Take your positive solar adapter cable, which has a female MC4 connector, and align it with the male MC4 connector on the positive solar panel cable. Now push the two connectors together firmly until you hear a satisfying click. Next, locate the solar input terminals on your charge controller. Using your screwdriver, loosen the terminal screw slightly and insert the stripped wire end of the positive solar adapter cable into the positive terminal on the charge controller. With the positive side connected, let's complete the solar circuit by connecting the negative cable. Locate the negative cable coming from your solar panel. Grab your negative solar adapter cable, which has a male MC4 connector, and align it with the female MC4 connector on the negative solar panel cable. Just like before, push the two connectors together firmly until you hear that satisfying click. Now, direct your attention back to the solar input terminals on your charge controller. Take the stripped wire end of the negative solar adapter cable and carefully insert it into the negative terminal on the charge controller. We're reaching the home stretch of our solar setup journey. With the charge controller connected to the battery and the solar panel sending in its energy, it's time to introduce the final key player, the inverter. This clever device acts as the translator between the direct current world of your solar panel and battery, and the alternating current world that most of our household appliances and devices use. Without the inverter, all that clean energy stored in your battery wouldn't be of much use for powering your everyday gadgets. There are different types of inverters, but for this setup, we'll focus on inverters with alligator clips or similar connectors for easy attachment to your battery. Before we make the connections, let's double-check that your inverter is switched off. Now, locate the positive and negative output terminals on your inverter. Just like with our previous connections, we'll start by connecting the positive side. Take the positive output cable from your inverter. It will typically have a red connector or be marked with a plus sign. If your inverter has alligator clips, open the jaws of the positive clip, ensuring it's wide enough to make a secure connection. Now, carefully clip the positive inverter cable to the positive terminal of your battery. Make sure the alligator clip grips the terminal firmly, ensuring a solid connection. Once the positive side is securely connected, give it a gentle tug to double-check that it won't easily detach. With the positive side all set, let's complete the inverter connection by hooking up the negative. Take the negative output cable from your inverter. It will usually have a black connector or be marked with a minus sign. Just like before, if your inverter uses alligator clips, open the jaws of the negative clip, ensuring a secure connection. Now, carefully clip the negative inverter cable to the negative terminal of your battery. Ensure the alligator clip makes firm contact with the terminal, providing a solid connection for the electrical current to flow. Now, with both the positive and negative sides connected, your inverter should be ready to draw power from the battery and convert it to AC electricity. To test your setup, switch on the inverter. If the device powers on, congratulations! You've successfully completed your solar panel system setup. Section 1. Troubleshooting tips for smooth sailing. Congratulations on successfully connecting your 100-watt solar panel system. You're well on your way to harnessing the power of the sun. But as with any DIY project, you might encounter a hiccup or two along the way. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's address some common troubleshooting tips to keep your solar setup running smoothly. First, check the connection between the solar panel and the charge controller. Ensure both the positive and negative MC4 connectors are securely locked in place. You should hear a distinct click when they are properly connected. Next, check the charge controller. Is it powered on? Look for error messages or blinking lights on the display. It might need a reset or adjustment. If the inverter isn't powering on, double-check the connection to the battery. Ensure the cables are securely attached to the correct terminals. Verify the inverter is switched on and set to the correct voltage output. While setting up a solar panel system is a rewarding DIY project, it's important to prioritize safety throughout the process. After all, we're working with electrical components and potentially high currents, so taking the necessary precautions is essential to prevent any accidents or damage. First and foremost, always wear appropriate safety gear when working with your solar panel system. This includes gloves to protect your hands from electrical shocks and sharp edges, and safety glasses to shield your eyes from sparks or debris. It's also a good idea to work in a well-ventilated area, especially when handling batteries, as they can emit flammable gases. When connecting or disconnecting components, always do so with the system powered off. This significantly reduces the risk of electrical shocks or short circuits. It's also a good practice to connect and disconnect the positive terminal first and the negative terminal last. This helps to minimize the risk of sparks. Avoid working on your solar panel system in wet or damp conditions. Water and electricity are a dangerous combination, increasing the risk of electrical shocks. If you must work outdoors, choose a dry, sunny day and ensure that your hands and tools are dry. Section 3. Disconnecting your system safely. Just as important as connecting your solar panel system correctly is knowing how to disconnect it safely when needed. Whether you're troubleshooting an issue, packing up your system for storage, or simply need to make adjustments, following the proper disconnection sequence is crucial to prevent damage to your equipment. The golden rule of disconnecting your solar panel system is to always disconnect the solar panel from the charge controller first. This might seem counterintuitive, but disconnecting the battery first can create a situation where the solar panel is still generating voltage with nowhere to go, potentially damaging the charge controller. Once the solar panel is disconnected, you can safely disconnect the inverter from the battery. Remember to disconnect the negative terminal first, followed by the positive terminal. This minimizes the risk of sparks and ensures that the circuit is fully open before handling any wires. Finally, you can disconnect the battery from the charge controller, again disconnecting the negative terminal first and the positive terminal last. With all components safely disconnected, you can now troubleshoot, store, or work on your solar panel system without the risk of electrical hazards. Wow, look at what you've accomplished! You've taken the leap into the world of renewable energy and successfully set up your very own 100-watt solar panel system. That's a remarkable achievement, and you should be incredibly proud of yourself. You've transformed from a solar newbie into a confident DIYer capable of harnessing the sun's energy to power your devices. Take a moment to admire your handiwork. Visualize those photons from the sun streaming down, hitting your solar panel, and being converted into clean, usable electricity. You've created a closed loop of energy independence, reducing your reliance on the grid and minimizing your carbon footprint. It's a fantastic feeling, knowing that you're making a tangible difference for the planet. Remember how those diagrams and connections seemed a bit daunting at the beginning? Now, you can confidently navigate the world of charge controllers, MC4 connectors, and inverters. You've gained valuable knowledge and practical skills that you can carry with you for future projects and share with others. As you bask in the satisfaction of your solar success, we encourage you to share your experience with the world. Spread the word about your DIY adventure and inspire others to embark on their own renewable energy journeys. You never know who might be looking for that extra nudge to take the plunge into solar power. Share photos or videos of your setup on social media, showcasing your newfound solar expertise. Talk to your friends, family, and neighbors about your experience, highlighting the simplicity and rewards of setting up a small-scale solar system. Your enthusiasm might just be contagious. Consider writing a blog post or creating a short video tutorial documenting your journey. Share your insights, tips, and any challenges you overcame along the way. Your first-hand account can provide valuable guidance and encouragement to others who are considering going solar. Thank you so much for joining us on this solar-powered adventure. We hope this video has empowered you to confidently set up your 100-watt solar panel kit and embrace the wonders of renewable energy. Remember, this is just the beginning of your DIY solar journey. Here at Vanindan Academy, we're passionate about providing you with the knowledge and resources to tackle exciting projects and explore sustainable living solutions. We've got a treasure trove of videos and tutorials on various topics, from building your own wind turbine to creating an off-grid power system. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our latest uploads. We're constantly adding new content to inspire your next DIY adventure. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave a comment below. We love hearing from our viewers. From all of us here at Vanindan Academy, keep on learning, keep on creating, and keep on shining brightly with the power of renewable energy. Until next time, happy DIYing!